Hi, this is Regina White Favors coming to you with Rebound Relationship Special Topics. This is part of my Life Rebound and Recovery series where I explore particular trending topics and also just everyday relationship topics. Take some time to listen to this audio discussion, maybe gain some insight. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I will respond. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification button if you're interested in further topics. This is Rebound Relationship Special Topics. Thank you very much for visiting the channel. This only works if you stay out of the sex market, because people don't understand that the sex market is for dating. That's and it is also for sex. And I often see or just hear about people who are married who have boyfriends and girlfriends. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense for you to be married but also have a side chick, a mistress, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. I've heard girls say that's my boyfriend even though the man is married. So it's just interesting to me. So if you want to stay out of a dating rotation, you got to understand that the sex market is for dating, and that part of your goal, or I say part of the expectation, is that you will have sex, right? If you are part of a dating rotation of 6 or 7, 8 people, you will be counted on to have sex. If you don't like that, don't get into a dating rotation. So the sex market is for dating. This only works if you are willing to wait. So if you don't want to be part of a dating rotation, then that means that you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to develop the patience to wait. And people don't want to wait. That's why you see men enter rebound relationships more than women. That after a breakup, or after sort of like them taking their break or something like that, they go and pull at a woman or a partner and enter a rebound relationship, because they don't always have the emotional tools or the emotional practice to deal with a breakup. So it's just much easier, and the research supports this, it's much easier for them to go and pull at something because it is a way for them to stroke their ego. That's what a dating rotation is. The man or the woman lost or had a failure, a relationship failure somewhere, and so now they need an ego boost. And the dating rotation helps them with an ego boost. So if you're not willing to wait, you have to also understand that the sex market is for the hasty. That's why you see a lot of people doing a bunch of sex, having a bunch of sex, because they don't want the L. They don't want the loss. So it's much easier for them to stroke their ego, than to say wait on the right person. This only works if you are willing to prepare for marriage. So if you don't want a dating rotation, that means that you don't really want to enter the sex market indiscriminately, because the sex market is not for the married, even though you are seeing a lot of people, you are seeing a lot of married men approach single women. And for me, I don't understand. I don't understand the logic of it, because if you don't want to be married, if you want to have sex with a bunch of people and you don't want to be married, don't get married. It's as simple as that. Don't get married. So the sex market is not for the married. And if you don't want to be a participant in the sex market, and you definitely don't want to be a dating rotation participant, then it is likely that you want to prepare for marriage. So that means you need to stay out of the sex market. This only works if you are willing to let go. So the sex market is filled with ex-partners, and ex-partners, getting with other ex-partners, and they're all tied together spiritually, mentally, psychologically. And it used to be you could go on a date and feel safe to let that person drive you home. You can't do that anymore. It's too unsafe. And then it used to be that you could let go of an ex-partner, and that was the end of it. Now your ex-partners are turning back up, right? You're all seeing each other at the clubs. It's just ridiculous. So if you don't want to be in a dating rotation, then you would have to be willing to let go of whatever goals you had initially for entering the sex market. Because I'm just not the kind of person who wants to get to 80 years old still having indiscriminate sex. If you look at it like that, and I understand you may not be 80 years old, but it is something to think about when you are goal planning, especially in your personal life, because your personal life affects everything in your professional life. You don't want that person to one day come up to your job and do something and cause you to lose your job. So uh, you may have to let go of something that you were holding dear regarding, say, like an ex-partner, because once that ex-partner decides to enter the sex market, he's no longer a person that you can count on. And then what happens is you try to pull at him to enter a relationship, and he's already entered the sex market. He got a rebound relationship. He got members, female members on deck. He got a whole dating rotation. You're just going to become one of those participants. And it's kind of like an employer relationship. You're just going to become a person he employs for whatever reason. So that's something to think about. This only works if you are willing to assess you. The sex market doesn't work for your personality. If you're not the type of person, the sex market doesn't work for a person who is organized, who is conscientious, who has a vision for his or her life, who is purpose filled. Because there is no purpose in the sex market other than having sex. That's what people do. That's why they are in the sex market, because they want to have sex. But if you want a relationship and you want companionship and you want some intellectual stimulation, you're not going to get it in the sex market. So that means you need to assess why you are in the sex market. Why are you trying to find things that are not in the sex market for you to now bring home to your environment? Because whatever you get out there in the sex market and you bring it home, it's still going to be exactly the same thing. It's like a woman who tries to change a man. Whatever he's in, if he's like a pig in the muck and mire, when you bring him in the house, no matter how much you bathe him or do anything for him, he's still a pig in the muck and mire. He may put on a good face and act like he's in a relationship, like an actor in the film, but he'll step out in just a matter of days and go back to his muck and mire. So you have to assess your personality, your boundaries, what you are willing to put up with, what you are not willing to put up with. Cheating for me is a deal breaker. It's just because it takes a lot to cheat. I've never been a cheater, but it takes a lot to cheat on somebody, and you have to imagine it first and then you plan it out. So all this stuff, how people say they just fall into cheating, oh, I just I fail, you can have struggles. And if you're a person who's willing to say, I don't want to do this anymore, but I'm still struggling, that's different than a person adopting a lifestyle. So the woman who got a man, married him, and thought he was good to go as a married person, who is now out here trying to date single women, okay, they didn't share the same personality. They didn't share the same goals. She should have assessed her relationship with that person before she married him. And we all make all types of decisions and, types of mistakes and things like that. So it's easy to come on here and say what you should have done, but I definitely have made so many mistakes and bad decision making, and so now that's why I'm in a season of solitude, so I can basically assess myself. I don't want to be in these types of relationships. It's not good for the heart. It's not good for the body. It's not good for the soul, especially the mind. This only works if you are not needy. So if you don't want to be in a dating rotation, that means that you are just not a needy person. The sex market is certain about its purpose. If you need something else other than sex, then you're not going to get it in a dating rotation. The person who is in a dating rotation of 6 or 7, that person is stuck on some level, and they are stuck in some other need that they have, but it's hard for them maybe to speak up for themselves or to say what they want, and they keep looking to this person, whoever the person is. It could be a man who is like a alpha male, and it can be a woman who is like an alpha male, alpha female, and they are looking to that person for direction. And that person has already established the tone of the relationship, that you are in fact in a dating rotation, and you're just one person that I do whatever I need to do with on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. Do not expect me to give you my full week. You only get a day. And so the sex market is certain about its purpose. What it is about sex. It is not about companionship. It is about short-term mating strategy. Don't try to turn something that is short-term into a long-term marital union. Okay. All right, so hopefully you were able to gain insight from this video discussion. Please like, subscribe, and visit. So please like the video, hit the notification bell for more discussions. I am re-uploading all of my audios, so I needed to make some changes to them. You can visit my website for more content at reginayfavors.com. If you want to send me an email, you can send an email reginayfavors@yahoo.com. Please also purchase the book. It's going to come out in spring 2021. So I had to make changes to my book to update it, and I also updated the title. So the original title was Bait, Hook, and Switch: Confessions of a Rebound Girl, and I have updated the title to Toxic Encounters: Why People Pursue Rebound Relationships. So right now I'm still basically editing it, and I want to make it available in spring 2021. So thank you very much for visiting my channel, and I am Regina Y. Favors. Have a great day.